So I remember sitting there 4 years ago saying, when are these people getting off the damn dais so I can get up there? I mean, really, it's 10:30. There's two people sitting here saying, I want to get up there. I want to get up there. So I'm going to be a little short, but sweet. This has been really the job of a lifetime. This is really the icing on the cake of public service that I cannot tell you how honored I am to have had the opportunity to serve the people of Palm Beach County. And more so that my colleagues saw fit to make me mayor this year and allow me to be the spokesperson of the county. A couple of hurricanes. I tried not to go in front of the EOC. I swore I was not going to do it, but there were plans that I had no control over. This is a labor of love. Everybody who's here, whether they're up here or alumni who are out there in the crowd, you know that this is something that is unique in public service. It's unique because we are so close to the people that most of the time when there's something contentious, every one of those seats is full, and everybody is going to give us 3 minutes of their attention, and they want us to know what they think. We can't hide up in Tallahassee. We can't hide up in D.C. We're right here in the community, and I learned that when I was in the city of Boca Raton, because people would come out in the evening and tell us what they thought. We gave them 5 minutes there. Thank God it's only 3 here. But this really is the body that touches the people. This is the body that makes a lot of decisions, and we learned during the pandemic some decisions that some people didn't find to be to their liking, and that's certainly understandable. But at the end of the day, everybody sitting up here, whether it's staff or whether it's elected officials, did the best we could under the circumstances we were under the information that we had before us. And to say today that maybe we would have done something a little differently, maybe we would have tweaked it a little bit, maybe we would have been a little bit lighter in the touch, or maybe we would have made some other plans, is certainly appropriate. But at the time, every one of us felt that this was the thing we needed to do to keep everybody safe. And thank God we made it through the pandemic, and now it's an endemic. It'll be there for years to come, and hopefully most of you are going to get your vaccinations and not say that you don't need them. You can't be up here without a staff of people who are willing to make you look good. And my first member of the staff who I met, Lucia Bonavita, has now gone through this 4 times. She was here for Mary McCarty, she was here for Steve Abrams, she's been here for me now, and she is going to be the backbone, I'm sure, of the office for Commissioner Woodward. And I'm sure, Marcy, you will realize that this is someone that you need to treasure, because she knows where the dead bodies are. And she could tell you how they got there. Seriously. I am so blessed to have had Lucia for the last 4 years to help me work through a lot of the issues here in the county. 4 years, 8 years, it really is too short to do the job that you have elected us to do. This is a job that, and I've said it at a previous meeting, probably should be at least 12 years like they do in Broward, because a lot of the projects we get involved in take longer than 4, 8, or 12 years. But I thank Lucia for being there to help me through issues where I needed to learn some historical perspectives. I thank Yalen and Caitlin for being right there behind her, making sure that my social profile was up there and that people knew what we were doing, and made sure that we were doing the people's business. And I am so proud of that office. And again, Commissioner-elect Woodward, I'm glad that you're keeping all 3 of them on, because I think that they are going to serve you well. This, as you heard, transportation has been one of my focal points over the last 4 years and even before then. But it's a 3-legged stool in this challenge of keeping our county at the top of its game. transportation, economic development, and education. And Kelly, you are the princess of economic development, and I just can't believe what you were able to do during the pandemic in attracting people to our county and continue to do. And what our county has as far as economic development is really on the shoulders pretty much on what Kelly and the board has done at the BDB, the Business Development Board, and it was my privilege to be on the executive board for the last year, and I'm going to miss that. Education, thanks to my good friend to my left here, Commissioner Kerner, we are going to have a beautiful new campus for UF right here in West Palm Beach in a few years, and that is going to be a game changer. That's going to be a game changer because it's going to bring the opportunity to our students to have the master's programs, the multidisciplinary master's programs that are going to be in addition to what the other universities are doing. Let's not forget FAU, my backyard where I have FAU, and I promised them they were not going to be pushed off the map by UF, and they have, through President Fox, who has just recently departed, and others, promised that they will work tirelessly and collegially with the universities here. And I think that that is very important to our students, to our residents, that we are going to have a transportation system here that hopefully will continue to grow with our growing population, that our economic development keeps up with our need for additional good-paying jobs, and that our educational system here, our A-rated school district that we work with, it's an independently elected board, but we work collegially with them. I'm going to tell my successor and Commissioner-elect Baxter, I hope you'll respect home rule. Home rule is something that's important because, number one, we as a body hope that our friends up in Tallahassee don't try and erase us by passing legislation that takes away things that we feel should be done at the local level, at the level that's the closest to you, whether it's be at the city or whether it be at the county. We feel that there are things that need to be done at this level because we, again, have the personal touch with you as our residents. And I had a light touch with my municipalities. District 4 has the most municipalities, and so you're going to get to know a lot of good mayors, and they are going to be looking for your assistance, but they're also going to look for you to stay away from them when they're doing their thing. I see Richard Radcliffe here. Richard has always been a great champion for home rule and is a great liaison with our municipalities, and he certainly is a source of information for you, and I'm sure you will find him to be a great ally. As I said, this has been a great run. I would be in trouble if I didn't recognize my wife. And, you know, behind every good man is a great wife or a great husband or a great partner. And certainly Pam has been there for me, has been there cheering me on throughout my public life. And I'm looking forward to having a less public life going forward. And to be honest, I'm feeling a little sense of relief with the idea that I'm going to be moving off of the spotlight that's been on here for the last 4 years. And it's been a good run. I'm looking forward to whatever that next door that I've been told is opening. There's a lot of people who've been telling me over the last 2 weeks, one door closes, the other one opens, so I'm looking for that open door. If you see it, you can point me to it. I wish my colleagues and the newest members of this board all the best. This has been my dream job, and I'm looking forward to watching you guys continue the job. Transportation certainly has been job one to me. I think that there's a lot of opportunity out there. I've mentioned it the last meeting. I'm not going to belabor it today. I'm going to hope that this body continues in a collegial fashion. The 7 of us, as you heard Vice Weiss say, don't always agree. Commissioner Kerner said the same thing. Commissioner Bernard said the same thing. We have had our disagreements, but we have been able to walk out of this meeting, shake hands, have coffee, go out to lunch, be friends, and not feel that somehow we had to have a line of demarcation between ourselves. I said when I was first brought up here that this was a partisan election for a nonpartisan body, and I reiterate that. Notwithstanding the fact that the dynamics up here are going to be a little bit different with more Republicans than Democrats than they were before, because we never looked upon a Republican colleague as someone who is going to be isolated or someone who is not going to be listened to. All 7 of us have an equal voice up here, including the mayor. I'm a spokesman for the county, but I only have 1 vote. So every one of us works with each other. Every one of us respects each other, and I counsel the new members of this body, come on up here, enjoy the ride, and work with your colleagues, because I think you're going to really enjoy this job. I thank you, each one of you, for allowing me to have this job. You know, we sometimes feel self-important. It comes with the job. But we're no more important than the voters that put us up here. And obviously, when the voters feel that it's time for us to go home, they let us know. So I will be going home today. So thank you very much.